Well, here comes the man we were supposed to see in our previous match, Biagio Crescenzo, coming out here.
Weighing at 185 pounds, hailing from Watkins Portal, charming Biagio Crescenzo.
But as Jackson Calhoun stated earlier, he paid Biagio to take the place of Cameron August here against Casey Douglas.
And I'm loving the feeling of, charming Biagio, the fact that he took the money, because he's here to do a job, hot mullet and all. Let me tell you what, charming Biagio putting on a hot match up with Delilah Doom up at Santino Brothers just like about a week ago, and he's back for more. He's here to fight, and whoever's paying him, that's what I love, his spirit. He is there for the fight.
Charming Biagio already walking away from this event a very rich man, but he can walk away with a little more in his pocket if he is victorious here against the illustrious Casey Douglas.
Absolutely, this is going to be a fun fight, and I'm looking forward to it. Just as much as this Level Up crowd is, they are still hot, and this show is cooking with gas, baby.
And introducing his opponent.
Speaking of his opponent, here he is, the illustrious Casey Douglas, ready to make his way to the ring. And he has got to be absolutely steaming after the events that just transpired.
Weighing in at 210 pounds, hailing from San Diego, California, the illustrious Casey Douglas.
It has been a hot minute since I have seen Casey Douglas in action. I'm loving, that's not a new look for him, but that is a new look for me to see, and I am here for that energy. Listen, I've been a Casey Douglas fan since the days he was a tag team with Mr. Douglas, or not Douglas, what am I saying? I can't even say the right words, Mr. Hopkins. And here he is rocking that solo gold look, and this is going to be a great fight. These two are equally matched in that ring.
It'll be very interesting to see how this develops. You know what? That is right. The last time you saw Casey Douglas, he was in a tag team with Michael Hopkins, of course, A.K. Rambe, early on in their careers. But as you said, this is a new look, a new attitude for Casey Douglas. And I am very interested to see what he is capable of against a veteran like charming Biagio.
You can be a veteran all you want. If somebody has more desire and more fight in their repertoire, they are here to take them out. I mean, this is even a revenge match. This is more like, what are you doing here? You're in my way. I mean, at this point, charming Biagio is just a stepping stone for Casey Douglas to get what he really wants.
Well, I'm sure charming Biagio doesn't feel that way. I know that man very well. He would not take kindly to being called a stepping stone for anybody here.
Listen, I know that seems a little rude, but at the end of the day, I feel like I need to get to know Charming a little bit more. Like, I mean, from your perspective, what makes him charming, or that charming, in fact?
Well, as he has told me many times, it is the mullet. That mullet of his, he shakes it loud and proud in his entrance here. Very proud of his looks. And that could give him that charming quality.
Well, that sounds accurate to me. I mean, if you have the confidence to wear that kind of hairstyle, I mean, that's confidence points. I'll give him that. But right now, he needs more than just confidence points to take on Casey Douglas right now. And as we're seeing early on, he's getting thrown around like a little bit of a rag doll.
Casey Douglas blocks the punch and takes him down with the right hand. Halston, you mentioned earlier, charming Biagio coming off a hard match against Delilah Doom at Santino Brothers' recent event. Do you think that could play a factor in tonight's match? Could he still be feeling some of the effects from Delilah Doom?
As far as I can tell, absolutely. I mean, any match can affect you for your next one. But as far as I know, once again, using the word resilience, if there's one thing I know about charming Biagio, he is a resilient fighter. He will take a punch, he'll take a kick, he'll take a beat down, and seemingly still crawl up and want to be thrown against the wall for more.
One thing you neglected to mention, he's willing to take any shortcut as well inside that ring. You see him breaking the referee's count now. Both men on the ringside area, and this is a very dangerous place for both men.
You say tomato, I say tomato. Whether you call it a shortcut, if you find the easy way or the easy button, I'm going to take it too. I mean, why make more work for yourself? If you can get through by finding that shortcut, take it any way you can. And speaking of, he didn't take a shortcut, but he definitely took a hard fall, throwing Casey Douglas on the edge of that apron, right on that spine. Even affected Charming, though, taking a little respite in the seats of the audience. I mean, that's a little extra confident if you ask me.
Charming Biagio, not one to lack in confidence or style here. I gotta say, a smart move here by Biagio, damaging the spine, making it that much harder for Casey Douglas. You see him getting ahead of steam here, and a beautiful dive to the outside.
A little bit of air Biagio for the crowd. They better watch out too. Again, fired up, clearly. Even after taking Casey Douglas on the edge of that apron, he is fired up, trying to do the dirty work on the outside and get that man back in the ring for the 3 count.
Charming Biagio knows he needs Casey Douglas in the ring if he wants to beat him. Right now, you see him just having his way. No, Casey Douglas reverses the shot. Oh, but Biagio, pinpoint accuracy, again, going to the back. He knows that's Casey Douglas's weak point right now. Only a 2 count, though, says referee Andrew Edmonston.
Crowd is getting behind Casey. They're trying to pump him up. Hopefully, they can get some of that energy from this crowd because they are clearly not enjoying Biagio's tactics. Doesn't matter, though. Doesn't matter what the crowd thinks of your tactics. If you get that 3 count, it's a win, baby.
You see Biagio not even bothering to hook the leg, not even caring as he goes for that pinfall. It's more about getting Casey Douglas to expand that energy. He's trying to drain the tank of Casey Douglas by any way possible. But he needs to be careful. Casey Douglas has a second gear. And judging by the look on his face, he may have tapped into it. Ooh.
Oh, he's firing up Casey Douglas in all the wrong ways. As witness, he's getting that choke right on him. Where is he going to take it from here? Oh, a little cheap shot there, a little eyeball poke. Hey, got to get it in where you can. Oh, Biagio still fighting, still giving that punch. No matter how fired up Casey Douglas is starting to get. Oh, right in the back of the head. Oh, that neck is, Casey Douglas's neck is going to feel this tomorrow. Going for the 3 count.
Again, only a 2. Biagio, as you said, just nothing short of tremendous right now as he slowly breaks down Casey Douglas here. But Casey's got to be very careful. Biagio is targeting the neck. He's targeting the back. 2 places you definitely don't want damaged if you want to walk out victorious here. You see Casey Douglas fighting back, but he's got to be careful and not let Biagio do any more damage than necessary. Casey rolls under the boot. And big blue thunder bomb. Only a 2 count, though, says referee Andrew.
By a skosh. That was just a little bit of a hair. I mean, he has the laser focus, Andrew Edmondson, working that referee gig. He is making it happen right now. But Casey Douglas not giving up. He knows he still has to keep fighting, and he still has to keep chopping Biagio down. It's going to, going up top, high-risk maneuver. This is going to be a big one. A little telegraphing, but Casey Douglas on the game. Oh, big knee to the kisser. Aye.
Casey off the ropes. Oh, Biagio catching him out of the air with a spear. Only a 2 count. But Biagio may have just turned the tide here after that spear. It took Casey's breath away, and I can tell you right now, it certainly took mine.
I am looking for the oxygen tank as we speak. I agree with that here, but this is that point in the match where anyone can win because they have been both taking the wind out of each other's sails all match. Crowd not really behind Biagio, though. They're still trying to hope Casey gets some energy. And, another high-risk maneuver. Biagio's trying to call his shot. I don't know if that's time wasted. Is it going to be worth it? We're going to see right now.
Biagio flies! No! Casey Douglas rolling out of the way. Oh, but you see Biagio, he's got that chain. He knows he could be disqualified here. No, Casey Douglas! Roll the dice! And that is it, Holston!
Winner of the match, Casey Douglas.
Casey Douglas snatching victory here tonight. You saw Biagio go for the chain. He tried to take the cheap way out, but Casey had it scouted and dropped him in the center of the ring.